Today we finished up steering on here. Actually, I finished up last night. So what we actually had to do on here is bring it through the mid plate on there. So we came to up here, come down. This is an old one. We're going to replace this here. But yeah, it comes down in through here. It was the only way we're going to get everything to work, still have decent angles on there, and clear the exhaust. So we have everything kind of covered up right now because we've got some sanding and such going on in here. So we got the seat mounted. Actually, let's take a step back. What we had to do is down here, this for our master cylinder, this is our Tim McCamus. It's our mount off of the old car. It's a Tim McCamus mount, comes up, butts up into there, and it makes everything super sturdy for that. So we still run a master cylinder down low. It's an adjustable, so we can adjust the pressure on there. Had to put that in first. We had to get that in so we could get the seat in. We now have the seat in there. We had to space it up and space it forward. Reason being, the new body is much taller and the windows are smaller, so I couldn't see. So seat up, forward, and once we got that in there, we were able then to mount the parachute and fire suppression. If you do not have a fire suppression system in your vehicle and you're going plenty quick, or you're running, methanol or ethanol or anything like that, I highly suggest getting one in there. Literally saved my life. A good cage fire suppression saved my life when we rolled last year, so definitely worth it.
And I had a few questions on some safety equipment about the cars, and one thing that I wanted to go over was some seat belts. We use Impact Racing. It's just my preference on there. There's many very good brands out there. But one thing that a lot of people don't know is you can actually send your belts back to have them re-webbed and recertified. I use an Impact belt on there. I like their equipment. I like their hardware on there. They do cost a little bit more, so I don't want to have to buy new belts every 2 years for drag racing. So one thing you have to do for that is you have to call Impact Racing, or you can call RJS, Crow, RaceQuip, K1, a lot of the Simpson, a lot of the big brands out there, and they will also do it. But give them a call. You have to get an RMA and RGA and box it up. I'm really bad at keeping boxes, so I'm sending them back in a scat box. But right there, I have my RGA number written down from when I was on the phone with them, and boxed up. Unfortunately, some people already have seen that we had a wreck, and that's why I have to send these in. What they do in the event of an accident is the certification, or your SFI deal on here. They actually have to cut those off. So when you try to go through tech, they're going to go, nope, you can't do that. Everything is gone on there. So that way you can't reuse those belts. So you have to send them in. They reuse your hardware, all the metal here, all of the adjustment pieces, the hardware for adjusting here and bolting everything down. They reuse all of that, but they put all new webbing on, because that's where they've seen accidents happen, especially if you're trying to reuse it after a wreck. So if you want to save some money, definitely call your belt place.
So Al just told me, hey, go ahead and check out what I did last night, because after I left, he stayed late and kept working on stuff on the rear, so he wanted me to show you what all was done on the rear of the car. The bumper's pretty much done. Have a little bit of sanding on some body filler just to kind of smooth things out on there, but bumper's pretty much done, mounted, everything good there. What he got is the deck lid. You might have seen in some of the pictures, we had the deck lid kind of taped up on here. So what he did is he has the Zeus pieces in, all adjusted. We will actually take and use a butted rivet on here, so it'll actually go through. We have a rivet tool that'll butt it and smash rivet it in like that, so they stay nice and flush. But we have a deck lid on there, so it's a pretty good looking piece there. Obviously there's some sanding and Bondo dust and things like that on there, but we're getting everything kind of good there. Next up is going to be, if you see here, the roof strips coming up there. We're going to get those in there, kind of set up to take up that area, and then we're going to move on to the doors, getting the latches on. So that's kind of what we've been working on and getting done. A lot of fabrication on a little bit of welding stuff. All of those little pieces like that all kind of add up. And oh, we got a new drive shaft. We wrecked the drive shaft last year, and this car, since we went to a longer wheelbase, we had to move everything around, so we need a longer drive shaft. So, buddy of ours had this. It is a Mark Williams aluminum drive shaft. I can't remember. I want to say it's a 44 and a half inch aluminum 4-inch drive shaft. So we got that shipped in, and good to go there. So today is actually Saturday. It's Saturday morning. We are working on the next Bad Influence, and funny thing, this morning popped up on my personal Facebook, and it said, hey, a year ago today you were building exhaust for your race car. And I said, well, where's the irony there? Because today I'm building exhaust for a race car. So we've talked about what we did before. We made the header pieces, and now we've been fabbing up on the turbo manifolds going forward. We've also got a little bit done on the turbo up front. So we're going to show that, and then Al's been working on the back, show you up that as well. So here it is. This is the design that we are going to be using. It is and we're going to air quote it here, log style manifold. Internet, go ahead and comment below on how this is not going to work and how I'm stupid and everything like that, because guess what? We've done the math on this. We've talked with Stainless Headers here in Minnesota, and they said, you know, as long as you use all of this here, you should be fine, and it should support, you know, 3,000 plus horse. They said the cutoff is going to be probably that 3,600 area, so we're fine with that. They are 2.5-inch primaries. We have the rear feeding into the here, and then this is a 3.5-inch log on there. So it does have quite a bit of volume to make up, since we're not using, say, a 2.25-inch, you know, long tubes and everything like that into a, you know, a 3-inch collector going forward. So then if you come around the strut there, this will get cut off with V-banded, and then it's going to come up. We've been working on the exhaust side and everything up here. This is a 4-inch, so it's going to be 3.5 from each side into a single 4 inlet for a T6, and then we have 5-inch exhaust here. We are contemplating right now of making a reducer, because 5 is way more than enough on there, so we might bring it down to 4s for our bullhorns coming out over here in front of the tire. So let us know, should we leave it 5-inch, or should we go down to the 4-inch and have sweet shiny bullhorns or black bullhorns on there? But that's kind of what we've been doing here. That's the exhaust side of things, and you know what? Right now I'm a little exhausted talking about it, so we're gonna go talk about something else. We've got something real cool back here. We've got our wheels, shiny wheels. They finally came in from Sanders. So Sanders, if you can see, hopefully it's not shiny there. Standard racing wheel. This is a 15-inch diameter wheel, and it is a 16-inch wide wheel with a 1-inch offset. And then these are upgraded because people were saying, oh, careful, Sanders wheels crack when you have a 1-inch offset and everything like that. Well, guess what? They have an upgrade to a top fuel style center on here, and they said that it is capable of holding 4,500 horsepower and something like 45 or 5,000 foot-pounds of torque. So it's what a lot of the drag radial guys are going to. Since we already had this rear end, we had to go to a high offset to get the wheel where we needed it to. These just showed up on, was it Friday, Al? Friday. Yeah, yesterday. Friday. So these just showed up. We slipped an axle in there, and man, they look cool. We have plenty of room here, so we can put, you know, a 315 on it if we wanted to and stretch it, or like a 14 or 15 wide 33-inch tall tire, maybe even a 33 10.5W. So maybe we'll go out west and race that Outlaw 10.5 as long as they say, hey, keep your stupid radials out of the class. So anyways, let's go back here. Al's been working on, obviously, the bumper, but now you are working on what?
I'm working on the parachute mount.
Okay.
And the one thing that I want to make sure is you get 2 points of contact on the frame for the parachute mount, so it doesn't try to rip it right off of the one bar that you might try to hook it to. So on this, we actually have a little bit of an upsweep here to get it back so that the parachute is going to be really easy to get to and such. So we just got to notch it up there, do a half notch on the bottom like this.
Okay.
And then our parachute mount.
Now, that's the same parachute mount we had on the old car.
Same parachute mount. We're trying to repurpose things. You know?
Okay, cool.
We're doing it green. We're repurposing things.
Yeah, going green. We're all about that.
So I've been working on that, and I have to get that done before I can actually build the parachute mounts that hold the actual parachutes, not the ones that the parachutes bolt to.
So you have to do the parachute mounts, and then you were saying, I heard you on the phone the other day, you're getting the aluminum because you're going to build a wing.
Yeah. Nobody really makes a wing out there that I've, once again, liked. Just like this rear bumper. Nobody made a rear bumper that I like. So I'm going to take it upon myself. I'm just going to go ahead and make the wing and see how it turns out from there. And if I don't like it, well, then we'll go a different route. But I'm pretty confident I can make that rear wing.
Yeah, because a lot of people don't know because they only know us for drag racing. We did 14 years of dirt track racing, and that entire time you built all of your own bodies.
Built all the own bodies. A lot of times did a lot of the frames. A lot of fabrication.
Okay.
Yeah.
So when it comes to the sheet metal work, you're not afraid of doing that portion of it for building that or anything like that for the wing?
No, not at all.
Okay.
Not at all.
Well, there we go. So we'll have more updates as we're building the wing. If you want to see exactly how a wing is built, let us know, and maybe we can dedicate an entire episode to strictly building the wing, and you guys can see that. So let us know if that's something you want to see, or if you just want to see more of Al's face. You could say that too. So.